So good afternoon, Rachappa sir. Welcome to the test seminar, sir.
Rachappa sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, everyone.
Recording in progress.
Naishwar Rao, sir. Rangeshwara, sir. Sorry.
చెప్పండి సార్.
Sir, I was just wondering, when I go for normally share screen,
Sir.
there'll be one option for sharing, the iPad screen.
Sir.
I don't find in this. Maybe if possible, you can make me co-host or something. I may get that option.
Yes, sir. I made you, sir, co-host.
Currently,
So already was a co-host, sir. You can share, sir.
okay. So it is showing me
Huh.
3 options: whiteboard and Safari and Finder and system settings. Not an issue. Normally, there'll be one more option.
Sir.
Yes.
That's fine.
Sir, the screen is iPad, sir.
So I wanted to know, I'm using laptop. I'm using laptop, but I share my iPad screen.
One second. Nice, possible now. Sir, I thought luggage is there, sir. That is the thing is there, sir, for us.
That is not required normally. So we do it with the help of what is that? There's a function called screen mirroring.
Sir.
That option is there in Zoom.
Okay.
Screen mirroring.
Sir.
Screen mirror. That is not an issue. So in that case, I will log in from my iPad.
Okay, sir.
Just give me in 1 minute, I will log in from iPad.
Okay, sir. No problem, sir. I like it, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam. Yeah. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's clear, sir.
I hope that's fine here. The name is written, my son's name is there on this iPad. I hope it is okay.
It's okay, sir. No problem, sir.
Uh,
Vedant Sethi, sir. 98
yeah.
Vedant Sethi.
My son's name, you know.
Okay, sir. No issue, sir. Sir, now you are co-host, sir. You can share the things, sir. Whatever you want.
That is fine. Now, no problem. I can take care.
Okay, sir. So, good afternoon to the dignitaries and the participants. I'm Professor J.V. Rangeshwar Reddy, KGR Institute of Technology and Management. On behalf of the institution, I welcome you all for the fourth day of 7-day faculty development program on innovative teaching methods in business management. We wholeheartedly welcome our today's eminent resource person, S. Rachappa, sir, Professor Management IIM Kozhikode, Kerala. And the topic of today's topic is teaching through case study. Sir, please, today we are welcoming you. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation and coming to today's program. We'll expect a great session of today, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And our colleague, Dr. Venu, will introduce all to the ours.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, one and all. Dr. Rachappa Shetty is currently working as an associate professor in Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode, for last 10 years. Prior to this, sir worked with the National Institute of Securities Markets in Mumbai for 3 years, Narsimamji Institute of Management Studies in Mumbai for 5 years, and Usmania University Colleges for 4 years. He teaches financial statement analysis and strategic cost subjects at postgraduate level. He teaches empirical research in accounting course for PhD students. He trained mid-level as well as senior managers from more than 100 companies. He also trained investigating officers of a regulator on forensic accounting for 5 days in Mumbai. He published his research papers in the area of accounting in various international journals. He also authored a book titled Accounting Simplified, published by Sage Publications. He was a member of Indian Accounting Standard Board during 2017-18 and a member of Indian Accounting Standard Board for local bodies during 2018-19. He was the chairperson of accreditation and ranking of IIM Kozhikode when IIM Kozhikode was ranked third best B schools in India by NIRF. So thank you so much, sir. Welcome to the FDP program, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Venu, Professor Rangeshwar Reddy.
Thank you, sir.
And Director, sir, and dear participants. It's my pleasure to be here to share my thoughts on case method teaching in today's session for 1 hour 30 minutes till 5 o'clock. Okay. Rangeshwar Rao, sir, just for understanding the participants.
Sir.
So these are the participants coming with different background, right? Not just accounting and finance.
Yes, sir. Different background, sir.
And all of them are from postgraduate?
Yes, they are MBA faculty, sir. All are
teachers?
MBA faculty, sir.
Okay. All of them are
MBA faculty, sir.
MBA faculties.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Faculties in MBA.
Yes,
Okay. Very good. All right, sir. So just give me a second. Yeah. All right. Good afternoon, dear participants. May I know, what are the subjects you teach? Can you please put it in the chat box? That help me to understand with whom I am talking. Can you please put it in the chat box? What do you teach? Okay, so finance, marketing, income tax, investment management, human resources, marketing management, okay, statistics, HRM, go ahead, financial management, cost accounting. I really appreciate, your active participation in this discussion. Okay, compensation management, okay, HRM and marketing management. That's good. Anybody else? Okay. Rangeshwar Rao, sir, I'll do one thing. I'm sorry for inconvenient.
No,
I
no,
will
it's-
just go back to in 1 minute laptop. I'm comfortable in my laptop.
okay,
This
okay.
iPad, I will log out and just one, because I did thousands of lectures, but first time I'm doing it on iPad. So my laptop, I know left and right.
Okay,
I'm joining in 1 minute, sir.
okay, okay, sir. No issues, sir.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is my, the bread and butter. All right. So I got to know the participants, what are the subjects you teach. I would like to know one more thing from the chat box. Am I audible clearly to all of you?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah, good. Good. All right. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So you are teaching different subjects of management. I'm very happy to interact all of you. I would like to know, yeah, business research methods. Okay. I would like to know what are the methods, alternative methods of teaching do you or your colleagues use, and based on usage, what are the alternative methods of teaching, you have come across in teaching? Give whatever the name you want.
Mostly we use lecture method, sir.
Okay, one is, yes, definitely lectures. Okay,
Sometimes we use a case method also, sir.
Yes.
okay, good.
Case studies, group discussion, sir.
Okay, very good. Group discussion, interactive method with students. Okay, case studies one, that's good. All right, so one is you have given, yes, all these things, group discussion. Yes, another one is PPT and role play. All right. In short, the most frequent one we use are, the one is lecture mode. Okay, maybe we use either whiteboard, the blackboard and chalk. That is one. Okay, and second one is we go for problem solving. Am I right? Solving some problems on the board. If it
Yes,
is
sir.
finance, or if it is research methods, or if it is quantitative techniques, statistics, we solve the problems. Okay. And the third and final one is we go for a case method. Okay. In the case method, we may go for group discussion, or we may go for role play. Okay. We may go for different methods, the approaches to case method. But basically, we use three things. So one is lectures, problem solving, and case method. And most of the times, at least myself, I go for combination of all these three. Combination of these three. So sometimes, I go for PPT, when concept is very difficult, first I use PPT. I make participants comfortable with the concept. Okay, I make them understand the situation and all. And then if required, I use one or two simple problems to solve. Okay. Once they gain the confidence, once they understand, the concept and, the, thoroughly concept using problems. So then I introduce the case. Or sometimes, I start with the case, and then with the help of case at the end, I give a lecture to make them understand the concept. So do you also go for combination of these three?
Yes, sir. So most of the, sometimes we'll go for it, sir.
Yeah, so most of the times we go for combination of these three. So in today's session, now, I'm done with 10 minutes. I have another 1 hour, 20 minutes. So I had a choice, what should I do? Should I teach how to teach through cases, or should I take you through the case method of teaching? Okay. So how do I do, exactly? So I felt, instead of, they're talking about the case method, I should make you to have an experience of some of my, the case method of teaching. Is that all right with everyone? You may respond in the chat box. So this is how I use chat box, and I make the participants to raise the hand to say yes or no. So is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is we will experience the case. I will tell you this is how, I have initially I used to read, listen, and watch about yoga. I did it for 5 to 10 years. Just by reading, listening, and watching about yoga, will it bring any change in our health? Dear friends, respond in the chat box. Does it bring any change in our health?
No, sir.
No way. Okay, it doesn't. I appreciate your active participation. I really appreciate. Okay, so no, we have to start practicing. Okay, similarly, just by reading and listening about how to drive a car, we can't learn the car, right? We have to sit in the seat of driver. So this is what I thought, Okay, let us have an experience. Okay, let us have an experience how case method goes. Okay, so now what I will do, because I come with accounting and finance background, I will give you, I'll introduce some of my, uh, short cases, very, very short cases. I'll present it orally, and we will experience how case method goes in the classroom. Let us say I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a businessman. Okay, I'm a businessman, and I have to. Do you all know? Have you heard of balance sheet and profit and loss? These two statements. Have you heard of
Yes,
these
sir.
two
Yes, sir.
statements?
Yes, sir.
Good. Balance sheet and profit and loss. In the balance sheet, there are assets. Is that right? There are different assets. Can you name some assets, please, in the chat box?
Fixed assets, current assets.
Yeah, you can do it. Some examples, Meenakshi, for fixed assets.
Land and building.
Furniture, land, plant
Okay.
and machinery.
Land and building. I'm taking an example of land and building. Okay. Do you all know that land and building as one of the asset in the balance sheet?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How about others in the chat box? Can you please respond in the chat box? Do you all know that land and building as one of the asset?
Plant and machinery.
Yeah, plant and machinery. All right. We will have two guidelines, please, for this just 1 hour, 15 minutes. Okay. One is I will ask you questions frequently and you'll respond in the chat box. Okay. But if you want to ask the question, please raise your electronic hand. Do you know electronic hand? This is how I'm raising. Okay. I have raised my hand. So please raise your hand. Okay. If you want to speak or you want to say, otherwise you'll respond in the chat box. Is that fine, all of you?
Yes.
Okay. So that's good. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Okay. Plant and machine is there. Let's say in my company, I purchased a plant for 100 crores. I have purchased it for 100 crores. Okay. Will you be able to note down, dear friends, 100 crores? So the cost of this land and buildings is 100 crores. Okay. And after 1 year, okay, after 1 year, this 100 crores of cost has become on 31st December 2023, it has become 140 crores. What is this called? It is called market value. Can I call it as market value? Please respond in the chat box. 140 crores. Can I call it as market value of land and building?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. And what is called 100 crores? Can I call it as cost? The cost of building is, okay, the book value, or I'm using plain language. Okay. So that, the professors who are coming from marketing background, OB background, operations background, okay, economics background, everyone are, with us. All right. So I call it as cost 100 and the market value is 140. Okay. The government of India, not only government of India, the accounting standard board in India, accounting standard board in America, in Europe, in Australia, everywhere, they give a choice. They give a choice in accounting. The companies are free to record land and building at cost or at market value. They can go for any method. Are you with me, all of you? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The companies, when they are preparing their balance sheet, they can record the asset value at cost, which is 100 crores. Alternatively, they can record the value of the asset at 140 crores. If they recognize 140 crores as an asset value, what is the amount of profit? Can you please put it in the chat box? What is the amount of profit? What is the amount of profit? If you recognize 140 crores as the value of the asset,
40 crores, sir.
40 crores. Okay, 40 is the profit. I appreciate all of you for your active participation in this afternoon. Okay, 40 crores is the profit. So, there is a choice. The one is go by cost method. If you go by cost method, the value of the asset will be 100 crores in the balance sheet. And there is no profit and no loss. I repeat, cost method, the value of the asset in the balance sheet will be 100 crores and there is no profit and no loss. But if you go by market value method, this market value method is also known as in accounting fair value method. If you go by fair value method, your company is free to record this asset at 140 crores in the balance sheet and also 40 crores of profit. Okay, now let me take a pause. Do you all understand the two options thoroughly which I have given? Do you all understand historical cost method of accounting and market value method of accounting? Please respond. Then I can pose a question. Okay, very good. So what would be your choice? Would you like to go by cost method or you'd like to go by market value method?
Cost
If
method.
you are manager, what would be your choice? Please raise your hand. This is the most important thing in the case. Please note.
We'll go with
how-
the cost method, sir. Market value fluctuates. We'll go with the cost method.
Dr. Pawan Kumar. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm removing my hat off. When I wear the glasses, I'm professor. And when I remove the glasses, I'm one of the colleagues of you. What we need to do in the case method teaching is, Dr. Pawan Kumar, we must make the students to raise their hand if they want to speak. Otherwise, there are 60 students and we don't know, who is talking and who is not talking. Okay, I must make them to raise their hand and I pick up the participant. Okay. So otherwise we cannot do case, please. We cannot do case. We must ensure the must rule is that make them raise the hand because they will learn this habit of raising the hand. If I want to talk, I'll raise the hand. Okay, it's very good. Yeah, so here is, the Miss Hemangi who would like to talk. Go ahead, Hemangi. Please unmute and go ahead, Hemangi.
It would be cost method because I think that 40 crore profit would be when we do the cost method, right?
Okay, so no, if you go by cost method, you will simply record 100 crores as an asset in the balance sheet. There is neither
But
nor loss.
because uh, when we talk about this one, the other method, it will keep on changing. Today, the cost of the machinery can be something, or land can be something. Tomorrow, it can change. Sometimes it may fluctuating. It can be fluctuating.
Very good, very good. So I really appreciate. So what I will do is here, I just give me a second. Okay. Very good. So what I will do on the board, I draw, the two columns. One say cost method and second one, I will put it, the market value method. In the cost method, now I will write, the Hemangi says that, she says it is cost method and she will not go for market value method because market value is fluctuating. Do you all agree with her? Does market value keeps fluctuating? Is that true? Do you all understand her point? How about others?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, this is what exactly I do it in the case method. When someone says something, I will take the understanding of rest all. Okay, understanding of all other participants. Okay, and what I will do now, I will go to somebody, who said opposite of Hemangi. Sirisha, you mentioned market value method. Why do you say market value method? Can you please unmute and go ahead? Why do you say market value method? Shirisha, is it possible to unmute and speak? All right. If she's not coming, who would like to, who else said, market value method? Who else said market value method? You will report, the land and building at 140 crores. What do you do in your business? Would you like to, once again, let me take once more poll. Would you like to show the value of the land and building in your balance sheet, in your company's balance sheet, 100 crores or 140 crores? Please tell me. Put it in the chat box. Would you like to take 100 crores or 140 crores if you are there, if it is your balance sheet? If it is your company's balance sheet, what do you do? 100 crores, Hemangi. How about others? Is it very difficult question I ask? Okay, 100 crores, there are 3 answers. What about others? Okay, Professor Rangeshwara says 100 crores. Swati, 100 crores. How about others? In Hyderabad, there is a company called a public sector company. I don't want to name the company name. Okay, we are talking about cost versus market value method. You are not understanding the severity of this problem. This Hyderabad company has land and buildings in the main city, in the center of the city, which is about 20 acres. What should be the value of this 20 acres land and building, today's value in the center of the city? Can you please give me the approximate values? Whatever the values you feel. 20 acres. What could be the value? Please go ahead. Go ahead, whatever the amounts, 200 crores, 1000 crores. Thousand crores. Go ahead. I said a company in the Hyderabad has about 20 acres of land and building. What could be the market value of the 20 acres of land and building? That's the question, Hemangi. What could be the value? How about others? Give rough amount. That's all. Okay. All right. Would you like to know what is its cost? Would you like to know what is the cost according to their balance sheet? I will put it in the chat box. Rupees 400. Rupees 400. Even today, the balance sheet value of that particular asset is 400. It is because they are following cost method. They are following cost method. What do you think now? Tell me. Do you think the company should go by cost method still or go by market value? What do you think? Should they go by cost or market value? They are free, it is legal. They can go for any method. They can go for any method. Both of them are legal. There are many companies going for fair value method. Oh, why did you change your opinion, all of you? Huh? When it is somebody's balance sheet, you don't want to respond. But when it is, Hyderabad one and you know it, okay. Mr. Hari Prasad, are you taking an informed decision? Will you be able to justify, the 400 rupees?
Sir, may not be 400, but more than that. But this will be an hidden reserves for the company.
What would you like to show in the balance sheet? Would you like to show 400 rupees? Its value is 400 or even less than that.
If my balance sheet is more, then my share price will increase. That way, it's a different thing. But the company.
So what do you want to do? Suppose you have.
I want to pay lesser tax, so.
Mr. Hari Prasad, you file income tax returns, right?
Yes, sir.
Are we not following two set of books? One, we have our CTC book. My CTC is 10 lakhs. Am I paying taxes on 10 lakhs? No.
No.
So accounting books are for different purpose and income tax books are different. These two are not same. Okay. Even if I report 140 crores at market value, I don't have to pay taxes on that. The taxes.
Because I'm not receiving the amount. When I'm
Whatever it
selling.
is, I will go by Income Tax Act 1949. Okay, income tax subject and accounting are not same. These two are different. Somebody has mentioned, he or she teaches, the income tax. These two are different. Okay. Yeah. So now let's listen to Professor JVR Reddy. Professor Reddy, why do you think market value if you are an entrepreneur?
Sir, because it is a long back, it was only 400 rupees. At present value, when it is when assets value will be more, the share value of the company will be, because it is a limited company, share value will be increases accordingly.
Absolutely.
Net worth of the company will increases accordingly, sir.
Absolutely. Professor Reddy, let's talk about the Infosys. Infosys, Mr. Narayan Murthy company acquired land and buildings in Bangalore in the beginning of 1990s. Okay, and I'm sure they might have acquired land and buildings in Hyderabad as well in 1990s, about 30 years back. Let's say the cost of acquired land is 100 rupees in 1990s. Today, its value must be 100 crores. So, should they report 100 crores or 100 rupees? It is a big decision. There are two sides. Okay. So the another one is, if you look at stock prices, you want to show, the stock prices to zoom up. Okay. Maybe you would prefer market value method. That's what Professor Reddy says. Professor Reddy says, the market prices of the stock. Okay. The market prices of the companies will be better reflecting if company is following market value method. Am I right? Does it make sense? Okay. So far, I got only 2 points. One from Hemangi, who says that she doesn't want, the market value because the prices are fluctuating. Today it is 140 crores, tomorrow it becomes 150 crores, and some other year it becomes 135 crores. So she doesn't want fluctuating values. She wants stable values. Whereas, the Professor Reddy says that he is responsible for shareholders as well. He has to show more profit. He has to show, the real value of the company, real value of the company. It is not 400 rupees. Maybe it is 400 crores. So he would like to go by market value method. What about others? Okay, who would like to justify, the market value method. You can unmute and go ahead. All right. Okay. So nobody? Anyone else?
Sir, if I'm going with the market value method,
Go
so
ahead.
it can be anything which I put it in the balance sheet. Can it be anything, the value?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
some of the companies did like that. They increase the value so that the shareholders which purchase the share increase the prices.
Absolutely.
There is the chance.
Absolutely. Hari Prasad, can you elaborate your point, please? What is the risk
Yeah,
there?
if I have that market value chance, I can increase the value. If it is 100 crores, I can show 1,000 crores and increase the value of the company and increase the share price. And I make the people to purchase my shares. Take more number of loans from the banks. And someday my prices can be go down again and I can be a bankrupt. I can show to the bank.
Absolutely.
These things are possible.
Absolutely, Hari Prasad. So what about others? Those who have said, the market value method.
The market value method helps us to generate funds also whenever you need to have working capital. And also, it is a realistic picture to our shareholders, prospective buyers, share buyers.
Very good.
Definitely, it will be, yeah.
Okay.
It will be both
So,
authentic information and it is a current health of the company, which helps insiders and outsiders understand the company very well.
absolutely.
And even when you reflect the current value of market value of the company, when if you want to dissolve or dissolve any assets or succeeding year, so taxation taxation point of view also, it helps the company to save more on tax point. Otherwise, if you say 100 rupees, you are showing 100 rupees, and suddenly next year if you are showing 100 crores, and definitely 100 crores will become a tax liability for the company. Am I right, sir?
Dr. Bhopal, I am
Am I right?
absolutely with you. Let's
Thank
say
you.
the company has purchased a land in Hyderabad in 30 years back. And even today it is showing, the cost, it will be very small amount, isn't it? Hyderabad land prices have gone up 100 times and 1,000 times in last 30 years. Okay. If I'm the startup, what happens if I show the value of land is, the 100 crores? Okay. Or it is, the small amount which was acquired in, let me take real values. In 1990s, let's say the value of the land was 10,000 rupees. Today its value must be 10 crores. Does it make sense? 10,000 to 10 crores?
Yes, sir.
So let us check with Bhopal Reddy. Let us check with others. Please, dear friends, let me know. What should I do? What should we do? Should we report till 10,000 rupees? Or we should go for 10 crores? Please put your answer in the chat box. I'm a startup company looking for fundraising. Okay, I'm approaching bank. I'm planning for go for an IPO. I'm planning to go to venture capitalists. I have to prepare my balance sheet. Okay.
If that is the situation when we are going for new fund or for our IPOs, obviously we will show higher value
Mr. Hari Prasad.
Sir.
Mr. Hari Prasad, some basic things also we will experience. It is a case method teaching. Please, you have to raise your hand if you want to speak. Please note down, make your student to raise their hand if they want to speak. Okay, it's must, please. Otherwise, you will not enjoy case method. Everyone will be talking here and there. Okay. Have you all noted one point? What's the first learning from the case method in this session? If students want to speak, they must raise the hand. Okay. All right. Dr. Hari Prasad, go ahead. Can you please unmute Hari Prasad? All right. We will come to depreciation. Yes, it is always cost means, the depreciation or fair value. The depreciation will be there always. Miss Swati, please note the Indian GAAP gives a choice. It's not compulsory to go by cost method.
Okay.
Please note it is cost or fair value method. Fair, or it is also known as market value method, not only in case of asset, but in case of liabilities also.
Okay.
Okay. So, but it is a choice of the company. They can go for anything. In America, for last 30 years, some companies are going by fair value method. In India, it's different.
Okay. So it is not mandatory, sir.
It's not mandatory. That's what I said before asking, the simple question, what would be your choice? Both of them are legal.
Okay.
You can go for any method.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. Now, this is how there'll be discussion. Did we summarize, what do you think? Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Okay. Did you notice, did I give my opinion? Please, all of you respond. Please, all of you respond. Did I give my opinion? Which one is a better one?
No, sir, not.
No. How about others? Are you there? How about others? Okay. No, I didn't give my opinion. Okay. This is how, please note, the first point which I said in the case method is raising the hand. And the second one is never give, your opinion to the students. Okay. Never give your opinion. When someone says that, when Hemangi said cost method is a better one because it helps in avoiding the fluctuation in values, I said very good point. Okay. And when Dr. Bhupal Reddy said, the market value help us in better presentation of our company and the balance sheet. It helps in raising funds. Okay. It helps in succeeding IPO. I said very good. Okay. And Mr. Hari Prasad, okay, was demonstrating manipulations. Should I tell you a joke about accounting manipulation? Would you like to hear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Please, sir.
Yeah. Would you like to have a small joke on accounting manipulation?
Please, sir.
Yeah. All right. So you may be knowing it, but don't put it in the chat box, please. Let me complete fully. Okay. There was a startup company. Okay. And it was very successful in their business. So they initially everything was managed by the promoter and owner of the company. He decided to recruit their accounting head. Okay. Accounting head. And when they advertised, they got a lot of applications, but they shortlisted 3 candidates. One was an engineer with an MBA in finance. Second one was an arts candidate with an MBA in finance. And the third one was an accounting person with an MBA in finance. Do you also get all kinds of participants in your institute or college? Okay. These are the 3 popular categories of students. So it was the first, the term of the engineer to give his or her, the interview. Okay. So the engineer came inside the room and he was asked to occupy the chair. The panelist asked very simple question. 2 plus 2 is equal to how much? 2 plus 2 is equal to how much? So engineer pulled out his scientific calculator and he said, according to his scientific calculator, 2 plus 2 lies in between 3.99999 to 4.000001. That was his response. So the panelists said, all right, we'll call you back. Thank you. And they called the second candidate who is from arts background. Again, he was asked same question. 2 plus 2 is equal to how much? Because he was very poor in mathematics, he said 22. Panelists said, thank you, we'll call you back. And it was the term of an accounting person to give his interview. Again, he was asked same question. So 2 plus 2 is equal to how much? So this person thought for a while and he looked at door, it was open. He went to door and he closed it and even he locked it. And then he has occupied his chair. So panelists were wondering what's happening with this candidate. And then after thinking for a while, the participant said, this candidate said, an accounting candidate said, so leaning on the table of panelists like me, sir, how much you want it to be? Okay. So do you get my point? So he asked how much you want it to be. Okay. How is that possible in accounting? Isn't it possible? Have you not heard of accounting manipulations, accounting frauds? Have you heard of accounting manipulation, accounting frauds in the world?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
There are a lot of cases. So this is what exactly Mr. Hari Prasad is trying to say. Mr. Hari Prasad, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am here. Yeah.
Yeah. So can you give some more examples, Mr. Hari Prasad, for accounting
This is the
manipulation?
case with Satyam, sir.
Yeah, Satyam. The one which you are talking, Mr. Hari Prasad, this fair value and market value manipulation, the biggest fraud in the world was by Enron. Okay, Enron company. Now, can you tell me which method were they using? Any guess? Were they using cost method or market value method? They were using market value method. Okay, as Hari Prasad was saying, any value you can take market value. Do you know the exact market value of a particular property? Is it possible to find out exact value? Please respond in the chat box. Is it possible to find out? Yeah, Mr. Hari Prasad, go ahead.
Sir, even if you want to go for a registration, the price at which we are purchasing is different from the registration value. It is very difficult to find.
Yeah, that is one. And at the same time, the market values, we do not know. Same property, the buyer says X amount and the seller says X plus Y amount. Am I right, Mr. Hari Prasad?
Yes, sir.
So nobody knows. Okay? Nobody knows what is right. This is what Mr. Hari Prasad is saying. Okay? But what do you think? Still, going back to a company from Hyderabad, should we go by 400 rupees, literally 400 rupees on their balance sheet? Why 400, you may ask me? So this is I'm talking about public sector company in Hyderabad, and they acquired this land and building from Andhra Pradesh state government in 1950s. Okay, because it is a PSU, the government of Andhra Pradesh sold this land and building to PSU at a nominal price of 400 rupees. So even today, this public sector company is reporting the balance sheet value of land and building only as 400. Does it show the true and fair view of the company? That's the question. Does it show the true and fair view of the company? Please respond in the chat box.
No, sir, no.
No. Okay. So then again, we are going back to same discussion. So what do we do? Let me take once more polling, please. I appreciate your active participation now. Okay, I can see a lot of responses. So one more polling, please mention the method. Cost method, CM, cost method, or market value method, MV. Please put your opinion. Both the methods are legal. You can go for any method. Cost method or market value method. I will say 400 rupees or 400 crores. What would be your choice? How about others? So far, only 4 responses. It is 50-50. Okay. Okay. How about others? Okay. Anybody else? Now, let's have, as some of you said, I know the, let's say we have to make a decision. Okay, we have to make a decision in a team. Okay, now the team is divided. Some of you say market value, and some of you say, the cost method. Okay, who will speak about? Who will convince? The others. Okay, how do we come on the same line? How do we come on the same line? Okay, somebody has to convince the others. Okay, who would like to speak? Is it from, the cost method, the party, or is it from market value method? So come on, this is the case method, right? We are experiencing a case method.
Sir, in general, can I speak, sir?
Yes, go ahead, Mr.
In general, cost method is followed in reflecting the books year on year. But as and when we require additional funds, we want to generate additional resources or to reflect more value of the company to shareholders or outsiders, we take market value. We take market value of the company and reflect it. So that will be an additional advantage to have more funds from market. Otherwise, generally in accounting, every if you are purchasing an asset for 1 crore rupees, even that will be same amount will be repeated for 10 years. But when after 10 years you want to have more funds or more valuation, then the current value is taken from government authorities, and then government, as per the government rates, market value is shown. It's not
Okay.
even that does not reflect even exact market value, because market value is much higher than government value.
Okay. Okay. Very good. So this is how I think now let me summarize on this discussion part. What are some of the essentials of case method teaching you have noticed? Okay. Did you notice one thing, all of you, making, the participants to raise hand, please. These are very simple. Okay. But they are very effective, please. Okay. I do a play game, when sometimes, in the beginning of the course, many students try to speak. Does it happen in your class also? Sometimes, not all the time. Maybe in the semester 1, everyone would like to talk, isn't it? Okay, and there'll be chaos. They don't raise hands and they want to talk. And also, particularly, does it happen they keep talking with neighboring students? Yeah. So we can't control them. Okay. I have learned, the one technique, one small game from Professor Arif Kachra. Professor Arif Kachra is a professor in Ivy Business School. Okay. And I attended his sessions about 15 years back. Okay. And also when I went to, the Harvard Business School to learn, the case method teaching, I went twice to Boston. I did about 25 days training on case method teaching. I learned one game. You can also try. Actually, we need to have, the soft balls. Okay. Soft balls, right? Sometimes I keep in my bag when the students are talking and they're not raising hand and a lot of people are talking and raising questions. I identify the students who are very talkative. Okay. One student who is very talkative. Okay. Let's say it is Mr. A. I call Mr. A towards, the blackboard. He will come to the blackboard side. Okay. And preferably one who is light-minded. Okay. They should not take these games very seriously. I call on the whiteboard and I will have about 10 softballs. Okay. I ask the students, do they play the cricket? I think cricket is a very popular game in India. So there'll be many hands from girls as well as boys. Okay. I throw the ball to one by one to each one of them. What do you think if I throw a soft ball in a classroom? All balls will be caught by the students. Am I right? Does it make sense? When I throw it nicely one by one to each participant, will they be able to catch it, catch them? There. So will they be able to catch balls?
Yes, sir. Possible.
Yeah. So they can catch the ball. All 10 out of 10 will catch the ball. Sometimes, the 1 out of 10 or 2, sometimes it may fall down, okay, because of a bad throw. And that is one experience. Now what I will do is I will tell the participant, those who are having ball, and also the Mr. A who is on this blackboard side, I tell this boy that he has to catch all 10 balls at a time. Okay. So all 10 students will throw their soft ball at a time and this boy has to catch. Okay. So those 10 participants will be charged like anything to hit it so hard. Okay. I count down from 3 to 0 and then those 10 students throw the balls at a time. At a time, 10 at Mr. A. What do you think? How many balls he can catch? Please respond in the chat box. How many balls he'll be able to catch? Out of 10 balls, how many balls Mr. A can catch when all 10 are coming at a time on his face?
One ball. Maybe 1 or 2.
I'm sorry, sir. I have done this hundreds of times, in my last 20 years of teaching. Not even single he can catch. Not even a single, because all 10 are coming at a time. Okay, he can't catch anything. Okay. So what happens at this stage? I talk to Mr. A, look, this is how when 10 students are talking at a time, a professor can't understand anything. He can't even understand a single question. He can't even make a single student to understand what's happening in the class. But if it is one by one question, if one by one person is talking, everyone can, a professor can catch all the balls. Okay, he can respond to each one of them. So this, this we have to manage. So the students will really love in the case method, when you make everyone to talk, okay, and when one person is talking, if others are listening, they get really motivated. Okay. In fact, what I do when particular person is talking, okay, I walk to that particular student and I stand behind the student. Do you know why? Because everyone is looking at professor. Am I right? Everyone is looking at professor. You go to the person who is talking and you stand along with that person. And then everyone is facing the student. And the student will realize that, oh my God, so now what I'm talking is having a lot of value. Everyone is listening. So they feel that they get recognized. Okay. Once they feel that they are recognized, there is value for their words. Believe me, friends, you can't stop them from, they're talking. Our job is to recognize them, use simple tricks to make them talk. Do you also face, problem of students not talking? Is it a serious problem? Is it a serious problem, the students not talking in the class? How serious it is on 1 to 5? 1 is for least and 5 is for serious problem on Likert scale. Okay. All right, very good. So we all are in the same boat, right? We all are in the same boat. What do we do? One of the techniques which I use is, this is what it is. When a student is talking, I make that particular student to realize that, there is a lot of, the value in his words or her words. Okay. Another trick which I use is a boy versus girl. Okay. When a boy says historical cost method, and I'll look for a girl who said market value method, and I create a debate. Does it make sense to some extent? Please respond in the chat box. Does it make sense to some extent? Okay. So these are some of the tricks, please. I have learned from Harvard Business School. Okay. At that particular moment of time, I felt, what is this? It is too silly, they're too simple, but yet very powerful technique in the class, please. Okay. So sometimes the debate between boy and girl goes like anything. Okay. So all that we need to do is, they initiate this debate. Okay. Once they get used to that, we can't stop them. All right. So we were talking about, the cost method and, the fair value method. And in this process, I was trying to give you some, the tips or some tricks how to engage, initiate the discussion. Okay. Another important trick, did I use very simple questions or did I ask very difficult questions? The language of the question, were they simple or difficult question? So please note, the question which I asked, what is your choice? Which method do you want? Will you go by cost method or market value method? Don't you think, we have to ask very simple question? Why simple question? Why simple question? Please, any one of you, why should we ask simple questions or questions in simple language? The first thing is the students need to understand what we are asking. Okay. Okay. They should be able to, everyone should understand, answer Indira, that second, whether they will answer or not. First, they need to understand the question, isn't it? Isn't understanding question is important to answer? So Vijay Kumar, would you like to speak? Okay. So I literally, please believe me, I spent, several minutes in listing the questions in simple language. I will ask which is the best method, which is the suitable method, what should you do or what should manager do. Okay. I normally ask, the questions which are having yes or no. Okay. Or I'll give two alternatives. So I ask them to select the alternative. Okay. So I write it on board like I have done it today, cost method, market value method. Which one suits better? Okay. Which one is suitable? So I will halt here. Do you have any questions, please, before I move on to, the next level? You have any question, you can unmute or you can put it in the chat box. Do you have any questions? All right. Fine. So how do you identify a case for a class? That's my question. How do you identify cases for the, because if it is from accounting and finance, I will tell you, you are coming with a different background. How do you identify the cases for your courses? There are many cases. How do you identify? Would you like to speak, any one of you? Or you'd like to put it in the chat box? One of the biggest challenge is, the identifying the case, please. Hemangi, you have a particular topic, but when you go to Harvard website or Ivy website or, the case center, you will have many cases on a particular topic. How do you choose a particular case? How do you choose a particular case? Any one of you, how do you choose a particular case? Please believe me, what are the methods I use? The most effective method, I will tell you the first. Okay. When I meet a professor who is teaching accounting or forensic accounting or financial statement analysis, the subjects which I teach, I ask them, what's your favorite case? What is your favorite case? Do you discuss among your friends what's your favorite movie, what's your favorite book? Please respond in the chat box. Favorite movie, favorite song, favorite color? Yes. Best friend? Yes. The favorite restaurant in the Hyderabad? For me, the favorite restaurant is maybe Chutneys. Okay. Or Paragon, for biryani. What do you think? What happens, if you are searching your own case and by chance, you take up a difficult case and go to the class, don't you think it will become a difficult case for the entire class? Okay. So please note, do you meet, the professors from other B schools who teach your similar subjects, isn't it? We get connected. Okay. When someone says, I also teach accounting, so immediately we go on one corner of the room with our tea and we start discussing, how do students behave in your class and how do they behave and what do they talk and all. Okay. But one of the questions which I, always ask is, what's your favorite case? Okay. And most of the times,
The cases which are the favorites of my friends, professional friends, when I use them in the class, in the first attempt itself, believe me, amazing experience. Okay. Wow experience. Okay. When I use those favorite one, don't you go for a movie when someone says it's very good movie you should watch? Or you have not heard from any of your friends? How do you feel when someone says it's a very good movie you must watch with family? How do you feel? Don't you think most of the times it was a good movie? All right. So I was talking about partly how to handle the students in the class. Okay. And second thing, how how should faculty professor prepare? One of the things which I was talking is we do a lot of preparation. We solve the problems and we make a lot of notes, but we should frame very simple and short questions. Very short questions, please. Okay. And I was talking about one of the problems which I face about 15 years back, in 2004 and 5. 2005, when I got relocated, when I joined Narsimonji Institute of Management Studies, from Usmania University. So I was struggling to find, the cases. So the most effective method of identifying, the suitable case for the topic is, talking to the peers. Okay. And what is that? One more thing I would like to, yes. You said the students do not talk in the class, isn't it? What are the steps do you take to make the students to talk in the case method? What are the steps do you take? What are the steps do you take to make the students to talk?
First to speak to informal questions. You identify one prosecuted person,
Very
speak him
good.
in the informal questions about his own profile for some time, and then slowly get into subject questions.
Very good, Dr. Bhupal Reddy. I really appreciate. I also do it sometimes, I become very friendly with them. Okay. Outside the class, I talk to them. That's good. Okay. What else? Anybody else? What do you do? Ask any one person. So you go for a cold call, you take some names. Okay. Yeah, you take some names, but sometimes, when I take the names, so they don't speak. It may not work. Yeah, Bhupal Reddy, go ahead.
Yeah, can we start with closed-ended questions, dichotomous questions like yes or no questions? Then initially, then we can go for elaborative answers
Sir,
from students.
Sir, any question you ask, they want incentive. What is the incentive you are giving for talking? That's very
Yeah.
important. So some chocolate? No, we can't give chocolate. How many days we will give out of our pocket money? What is that we can give them for talking? When you give them, what do they want? They want marks. They want marks.
Credits we can give, sir. Overall in subject, whoever is getting actively participating, he can be getting better credits. So we can part of his evaluation.
Yeah,
See, for example, you're
exactly.
evaluating for 50 marks. You can keep 10 marks for interactive sessions in a
Absolutely,
class.
absolutely. This is what I'm saying, Dr. Bhupal Reddy. Please, all of you note from the Dr. Bhupal's experience, we have to give class participation mark. Otherwise, case method doesn't work. How many of you give class participation marks? Marks for the participating in the class. for participating in the class, not for assignments, Skanda. How many of you can give, you give class participation marks for asking questions? Okay, Vijay Kumar, I'll get back to you. Yeah. So are you allowed to give class participation mark? Let's say I give 20 marks for class participation. 20 marks. $20 I give for class participation. So after the class, whoever has spoken, and I make note of their names. At least I act like I'm writing their names. Does it work? If you're not giving, fine. So if you give 10 to 20 marks, that's what Dr. Bhupal Reddy said. Does it work? Please respond in the chat box. Does it work on 1 to 5 point scale? 1 is for least and 5 is for strong. Does it work if you give class participation marks? So please note, if we are using honestly, if I come back to, the B school in Hyderabad and I'm not allowed to give class participation mark, I have to give marks only for assignment submission and, the final exam, and I have to do case method. Oh, it will be really difficult to do it, honestly. Okay. I have to be, I need to be allowed to give class participation marks as per, the evaluation, right? So did you note, all of you, important point, an incentive for students is giving class participation marks and telling them that, if they don't participate in the class, they don't get any marks. Okay, all right. So there was one question from, the Gampa, what's his name? So Vijay Kumar, he was asking me, how do we identify good cases? I said one method is when I meet the professors, guest faculty, I talk to them and identify the best, his or her favorite case. I ask only one case, the favorite case. Okay. And second one is I download the course outlines of top business school professors. Course outline? Okay, which has content, the session wise plan and the session wise case method, session wise reading. Okay. So I download, I used to download about 15 years back or 20 years back, download, the teaching, the syllabus, what you call in some universities, or course outline, from Harvard Business School, professor's course, or, the MIT Business School, Sloan Business School, the course outline, and, the Ivy Business School course outline. Okay, I used to download those course outlines. There, the professors mention what are their cases. Okay, what do you think, Mr. Vijay Kumar? Vijay Kumar, I couldn't understand your query. After selecting case study, you may know what are the basic parameters to be considered. Okay. When I select the case, let's say I want on balance sheet, I'll go to balance sheet session and select, what are the case used by a senior professor. Okay. That's one. Another one is you go to these case houses, subject wise, topic wise, they have given the cases. Let's say, I take financial accounting course. Okay. These case houses, they have prepared, the topic wise cases for financial accounting course. topic wise cases for, the marketing management subject. Okay. This is another way I select. Professor Vijay Kumar, I said one is talking to the professor